Good evening. This is CBS Evening News. I'm Dan Rather. Our top story tonight involves a remarkable turn of events as 4 American Marines, hailed as heroes, are released from the maximum security prison USP Marion after 6 months. They were responsible for thwarting a covert plan by both the United States and the Soviet Union to station nuclear weapons on the moon. These brave Marines successfully destroyed both American and Soviet nuclear weapon sites, preventing what could have been a dangerous escalation in the Cold War. The incident, initially shrouded in secrecy, was leaked by the commander of the American moon base, John Shepard, revealing a clandestine plot that shocked the world. The revelations sparked protests in both Washington and Moscow, with citizens demanding transparency and accountability from their respective governments. President Ronald Reagan faced the threat of impeachment as he was accused of authorizing military action behind Congress's back and labeled a warmonger for attempting to escalate the Cold War. However, before impeachment proceedings could begin, Reagan lost the 1984 election to Walter Mondale, who emerged as the new president-elect. Mondale had promised during his campaign that upon being sworn in, he would release the 4 imprisoned Marines by executive order. Tonight, after President Mondale has taken the oath of office, the 4 American Marines are being released, marking the end of their 6-month imprisonment. The release of the Marines is met with a mix of emotions as their families, supporters, and the public celebrate their return. The heroes, having endured months of incarceration, are now free and on their way to a meeting with President Mondale. Footage shows the released Marines, escorted by military personnel, making their way to O'Hare International Airport. There they are expected to be greeted by America's first female vice president, Geraldine Ferraro, and escorted to the White House on Air Force Two. In his inauguration speech, President Mondale expressed gratitude for the Marines' courage and pledges to not only work towards reducing tensions with the Soviets, but also collaborate with the new Soviet Premier, Mikhail Gorbachev, on a joint human Mars mission. Gorbachev, who replaced Konstantin Chernenko after an internal power struggle following the destruction of the Soviet nuclear base, shares Mondale's vision. He looks forward to American-Soviet cooperation in both space and on Earth as he seeks further Soviet integration in the global economy and more liberal free market reforms. Both leaders declare dramatic reductions in their military spending, signaling a significant shift towards a more cooperative and peaceful future. The global community watches with cautious optimism as the United States and the Soviet Union set a new course, leaving behind the tensions of the past. World leaders and citizens across the globe are cautiously optimistic about this new era of cooperation. The United Nations applauds the move, and many nations express hope for a more stable and peaceful world. In this historic moment, the world witnessed a diplomatic renaissance as the United States and the Soviet Union embarked on a path of collaboration. We can only hope it will last as humanity boldly steps into a new frontier, hopefully in peace for all mankind. This is Dan Rather, CBS News. Good night.
We will return after these messages.
Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis bring you back to the magic.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Back to the fantastic. Back to the action.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Back to the past.
It's an absolute dream.
Take it from yourself.
Back to the future.
Then tell me, future boy, was the President of the United States in 1985?
Walter Mondale.
Walter Mondale, the chef.
Back to the future. Rated PG. Sneak preview tonight. Check newspapers.